Guys, it's Dan here with Treebeard Book Reviews. So I'm kind of well enough to to start unpacking some boxes. So thank you guys for joining me.
I don't know if you're streaming it.
Well, it says we're live, so we're live. My wife is here. Hey babe, would you mind actually moving the light here? It's like putting a ring like right in my face, like on an angle. No, that's not working. Oh, we're shaking the camera here. So, okay, one sec. Let me do some orienting here. Okay, is that better? Yeah, it's a bit better. Okay. Well, guys, so yeah, as you guys know, I've been sick for a few days of the move. Like, I hurt my foot. Like, managed to pull a tendon in my foot, and it freaking killed. And so I've been kind of out of commission with that. And then I caught a cold. I've been like coughing. So if I cough, I'm really sorry. So if you guys, like I said, it's a Q&A, like 2,000 subscriber, thank you. Because we're over almost at 2,100 now. That's pretty crazy. So we're gonna be putting some books away. So I'm really excited to finally unpack my books. I got some time today, and I had the energy to build my shelves. I'm super excited to do that. So my wife's here. If you want to ask me questions, and yeah, let's start putting some books away. So some of these, kind of gonna be looking at like where I want to put them, what I want to keep, or not keep, but like where I want to situate them. So, because there's a few here I think that are actually I packed and plan to sell them. So, looks like I found my McCaffrey books, the ones from Ralph. So, I'm gonna put these on. I think all of Ralph's books I'm gonna be putting on this shelf. So, let's do that with McCaffrey. Let's start with Dragonflight. I got a nice old copy of Dragonflight there. I'll put that there. We'll put it a little bit there. So, yeah, any questions, like, feel free to ask, and then my wife will also direct them to me. But I hope you guys are doing well. I know I did plan to do this video yesterday, but I just didn't have the energy, to be honest. Is there any questions coming in?
One came in from an Erday adventurer.
Oh, cool. Hey, how's it going?
And how many books do you think you have? Rough estimate if you don't know the exact number.
Like, between me and my wife, how many books we both own? Oh my god.
Too many.
Too many, but I kind of want to put a number to it. I want to say like 2,000.
You think we have 2,000 books?
Yeah, maybe. Close, I think. Like,
how many books do you think can fit in one of these boxes?
So paperbacks, I probably could fit like 40. Yeah, 40, I think. Might even be more than that. So yeah, I'd say around 2,000 books. Yeah, maybe I'll count them now. Or get my kids to counting them or something like that.
I don't think they can count to 2,000.
No, they can't count to 2,000. So Mercedes Lackey there. I'm going to keep her aside, but she's going to be going on that shelf with Robin Hobb, that's for sure. So I guess I'll put these other ones up here.
Pablo Cristo asks, enough of this book nonsense. How did those ribs turn out?
Oh man, the ribs were so good. Thanks for asking, Paul. They were pretty darn tasty. I was a little disappointed though with the rub. I won't lie. It was like a little just like
too chunky.
Too chunky, yeah. So I think next time I'm gonna like blend it up in my I have an old coffee grinder that I'll just use to blend up my spices. So, but yeah, it was okay. They're pretty good. I was pretty happy. Like, I bought a Traeger. If you guys don't follow me on Discord, so yeah, if you want to join the Discord below, there's usually a link in like most of my videos, so you can join the Discord there. But yeah, like I got a Traeger, little gift to myself, and it was excellent. Like the ribs were really good. So I smoked it with applewood today. So just pulling out some David Eddings here, and oh, my dog's coughing. Oh gosh.
He's fine.
And yeah, like more Mercedes Lackey. So yeah, I will show you all these when I put them on the shelf. So I'm just putting them over here for now. Just kind of get an idea of what I have. Because that's the thing, I do have so many books, I don't know how many I own. That's a bad thing, I think.
Well, kind of a segue.
Yeah.
Kay's Hidden Shelf wants to know what your favorite book is that you own, either story or edition.
My favorite book
that you own.
I'm gonna get to it. That's right here, actually. My favorite book that I own. I'm gonna pull it out for you, Kay. Here it is. I knew exactly where it was. It's this book here. It's the City Watch Trilogy by Terry Pratchett. It's got all three, like, Guards, Feet of Clay, Men at Arms. And it's my favorite because it's signed by Terry Pratchett. So it's too merry. I got this actually in the estate sale. So, but it's still my favorite book of all. Like, still my most precious book that I'm super happy I own it. So that's my favorite book. And it is kind of a special edition because it's the omnibuses of the Discworld. They did a few of them. There's a few you can buy. Like I own two. So I own this one. And I own the Rincewind one, which is this one. So this one is like Sorcery, Eric, and Interesting Times. So yeah, there's two other omnibuses, I believe. There's the Gods one, which is like Hogfather, Small Gods, and Pyramids, which Kay and I are reading right now, Pyramids. And the other one is The Witches, which I believe is like Equal Rights, Weird Sisters, and Witches Abroad. So yeah, those are pretty cool. So I got my Stephen R. Donaldson here. It's The Gap. I do need to read that. So that is one I want to read.
Kay was impressed you knew exactly where that book was.
Yeah, well, my Pratchett's are like precious to me, so I labeled them in like the biggest chunky letters, like Pratchett, do not lose. Like these are my babies. So, okay, more Mercedes Lackey. So this Assassin's Quest, I'm reading this right now. Actually, obviously not this copy because I just pulled it out of the box. I was reading out of the like the 25th anniversary edition, and I packed it, and I don't know what box is in. So then I started reading it on my Kindle, and then my Kindle died. So it was just like a comedy of errors with that book. So I'm gonna put these on the shelf here.
Molly Audie wants to know how you sort your shelves by genre, favorite.
It's kind of haphazard. Like, to be honest, like I put the ones that I think are aesthetically pleasing in certain areas, like. On these shelves here, like I have 3 black shelves going forward here now. So these ones are going to be like kind of my book, the ones I want to display and like going to kind of be my backdrop. So like my favorite books like Pratchett, Crichton, Brandon Sanderson, Wheel of Time, so stuff like that.
All your leather bounds.
All my leather bounds, yeah. And these ones are going to be like my kind of my overflow shelves where I put my paperbacks, and like a lot of the books I got from Ralph, because I got like 1 million books from Ralph. So I did have to do a little bit of a purge with those, just because I really looked through them all and like, okay, which ones do I want to keep? I kept a lot. Like I probably kept, how many boxes did Ralph give us? Like 20?
At least.
Yeah, like 20 boxes I got off Ralph, and I kept a good 8. So yeah, so I didn't get rid of that many, to be honest. And like the ones I kept, I was pretty happy with, and they were really in nice condition. So let's see what I got here. Oh yeah, T.H. White. So, oh, this is the Book of Merlin too, a T.H. White. I got this from Ralph, so this is cool. This is actually gonna go right here. Put this right here. The Once and Future King, Catherine Kerr. So actually, this book I've sold. Because I have like a lot of copies of The Eye of the World. It's kind of one of those things I do when I go like thrifting. If I see a really nice copy of The Eye of the World, I'll always pick it up because I usually get them from like a Value Village or like a Goodwill, and they're like $1 or $2. So then I'll go and like flip it for like $10, or I'll take it to my local used bookstore and they'll give me $10 in credit for it. So that book I always pick up. So, any more questions?
No.
No. Well, let's keep going here. Let's put some books away. I think this is all the Gamel and the headings I got. Well, maybe not. Breaking the box down here.
Okay, another one from an Erudite Adventure again. Have you read a lot of Arcarian legends, and what do you think of them?
I actually haven't. Like I did a little bit in university, with because my background's in classics, but the only one I read was like the Tolkien version of the I think he did a book on Arthur, and it was good. But that's something I really want to get into reading. Like I'm going to be reading the Winter King this year in November, so that's something I'm super excited to get going with. So okay, let's get these David Eddings on the shelf. So we got book 1, book 2, book 3 of the Belgariad. I love the Belgariad. I haven't read the Belgariad in probably since I met my wife, actually, because I think the Belgariad is one of the first books I introduced my wife to. So, okay, that's the Malorian. Book 1 of the Malorian. Book 2 of the Malorians, I'll put that aside. Is this here? Book 5 of the Belgariad. Yeah, there we go. Okay, Belgariad's on there. So then we need the Malorian and the Elenium. So, yeah, these are really cool copies of, David Eddings, and they're just absolutely beautiful. I really, really like them. The Guardians of the West, King of Morgause, and the Demon Lord of Karanda. Get those up there. I think I have all the Elenium too, and I think I have the Tamuli. Let's see here. Book 1 of the Tamuli, book 2 of the Tamuli.
Fantasy Brook says, have you heard of the crimes of Eddings and his wife? I was just enlightened. You should look it up if you haven't.
I haven't heard of that, but that's cool. I will definitely look that up. I'll have to write that down because my wife's here and she's making notes and sending questions. So. Oh, I did. Look at this book I just found. I'll show it.
I thought you ripped one for a second or cut.
No, if Valtejo's here, look what I found. Farseer. He just found that today. So, I did find more Gemmel. So, yeah, there's a few of these books where it's like Farseer, like Fossil Hunter, and Foreigner. They're just really cool. I thought they were kind of sweet. So, those are again from Ralph. And then End of an Era. I do love dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are like my jam. Got a lot of David Gemmel here, so really looking forward to reading some David Gemmel. Like he's like just a classic. The old sword and sorcery. Ooh, hey, I think we're coming up to the some Wheel of Time books here. Let me just put this Fool's Errand. I gotta have a random copy of Fool's Errand there. Is there any more questions coming in?
Nope, not that I've seen.
So, found some. I have two. Next, I have 2 sets of the Wheel of Time, and my paperbacks. And my hardcovers, I'll typically just read my paperbacks when I do a reread. Ooh, Song of Arbonne. A Song for Arbonne by Guy Gabriel Kay. I do plan to reread The Wheel of Time. I tried last year, and I read it for the first time over the pandemic. I started The Wheel of Time, and it was fantastic. It's one of the best book series I've ever read in my entire life. Absolutely love it. But I just reread it too soon, or tried to reread it too soon. I started. Let's see, another copy of The Eye of the World. So I do have some duplicates running around, and that copy of Fool's Errand for sure is a duplicate because I know I have a hardcover. So, what was I saying about Wheel of Time? Yeah, so I just tried to reread it. I reread it too soon, and I wasn't far enough away from the story where I kind of still remembered everything. It was still fresh in my mind. And I kind of want it to fade a little bit, to be honest, so I could almost have that same enjoyment again. So, yeah, that's why I probably will be reading, I think, Wheel of Time. I do a reread next year, because next year's going to be the year of Sanderson, so I'm kind of looking forward to, rereading that while with all the Sanderson stuff going on. So, Wheel of Time, January 2024. I just saw that. Okay, let's see here. So this is this series by Kate Elliott. I know Nico's Nico loves that series, so that's something I do want to read eventually. I got so many books I need to read. It's ridiculous. I think there's 7 books in this series.
Let me know when you're ready for a question.
You have this question there, fire it out.
Alo Cristo says, what's your GGK situation? I'm assuming that's Guy Gabriel K.
Guy Gabriel K.
Have you read a lot of his stuff? I am very uninformed on him. I think he's a Canadian champ, though. He's Canadian?
He's Canadian, yeah. Guy Gabriel K is Canadian. I have only read Tigana, and I love Tigana. It's arguably not his best work. I do need to read more. He's a really interesting writer because he's a fantasy author because the worlds he creates are not like Earth, but they're really based on like historical events like from history where, you know, this will be like the War of the Roses or his kind of retelling of that. So he's a fantastic author. He's one of those guys, I think he's only written like 16 books, but he takes so much care and time to write the book that it's just a masterpiece, almost everything he writes. So if you are looking to be more informed on Guy Gabriel K, I highly recommend you check out a channel called The Library Ladder by, his name is Bridger. You've probably seen him on my Discord. He has an absolutely wonderful channel. He's got Chasm City here. Absolutely wonderful channel, and he does an unbelievable job narrating. And the guy's got like a golden voice, but he loves Guy Gabriel K. Guy Gabriel K, I think, is his favorite fantasy author, or he considers Guy Gabriel K the greatest fantasy author of all time. And I don't think he's wrong. I really think Bridger hit the nail on the head that K puts so much into his writing that the worlds feel full and they really transport you. And like I said, I only read Tigana and I read it a while ago now. So that is another author I really need to read again too. And I think the thing is you can start anywhere because they're all kind of standalone. There's one I own, and I think it's called like it's a Viking one. It's called like Last Kingdom of the Sun or something like that. I can't remember. If I find it, I'll pull it up. But yeah, it looks it's Viking, so it's like my jam completely. But yeah, Guy Gabriel K is just a stunning writer, and yeah, if you have an opportunity to read him. And I think maybe that's something I might do on the channel is do a Guy Gabriel K read along in the future. And that's something I'll talk to Bridger about is what I should start with next. So got my I think it's my third copy of Warbreaker. So
yeah, you have that, the hardcover and leatherbound, right?
Yeah, I have that one, a regular hardcover and a leatherbound. So okay, so Wheel of Time stuff over there. Mercedes Lackey, I said she was going on the shelf, so she's gonna go on the shelf. I kind of gotta like be strategic with my space. So I think Mercedes Lackey. I honestly think we bought this in hardcover, so I'm gonna set this aside because I think I already have it. So, all right. See, so it's usually Mercedes Lackey and like who does she co-write with? There's a lot. Or am I thinking of something like Margaret Weiss and Tracy? Something like that. Yeah, but I'll put Gemmel over there too. Got a lot of David Gemmel. I'm just kind of putting these on the shelf and then I'm going to organize them because you guys will be here for days if you're watching me organize all these. Oh, more David. Okay, so this is book 2 of the Millennium and it's in rough shape. So I'll put that there. All right. Angle of Ice. This is cool. This is one from Ralph. I was talking to a friend, like a close, like a former coworker, and he said he wanted to buy that off me actually because they saw I got it. But he was telling me about it. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll read that before I give it to you. So, okay. Oh yes, and I'll get these Farsi or Robert J. Sawyer books up there. Okay, let's bust the Pratchett's out, I think. Let's get the Pratchett's going, because they're my favorite author, favorite books. So, just going to rotate here, guys. I think, well, I'm going to have a couple shelves of Pratchett, because I just have so damn many Pratchetts. So, let's do the hardcovers first. And we'll get this one on the shelf. The omnibus. Let's see if I can pull out. It's like I got a lot of hardcover Pratchett's. So I have Wintersmith in hardcover. I haven't read any of the Tiffany Aching books yet, but I want to. So those are. I'm gonna read all the Pratchett. Like I think I've read 25 books now, and I just finished The Light Fantastic the other day. Oh my god, it was so good. I loved it. It was amazing. And I'm reading Pyramids right now, so I got Monsters Regiment in hardcover. And Going Postal, this is the first Discworld book I ever read. It's also my favorite book of all time. So if you guys are watching the stream, you get to learn what my favorite book of all time is. And that's with the Moist von Lipwig series. So just get a drink here, hydrate. Any questions coming in, Carrie?
Molly Audie wants to know if you use a book app to keep track of the books that you own, so that you don't double purchase.
No, and I double purchase all the time. So.
Well, I mean, we have a spreadsheet that we keep, but it doesn't seem to help because I double buy books all the time too.
Yeah, no, me and my wife have a spreadsheet where we track the books we want to buy or that we bought, and it's just like when you go out thrifting or you find some books and you score, and then you just get home and you forget to update your spreadsheet, or you're like, oh, what did I buy again? And then you're kind of SOL, and you end up buying books again. That's okay, because then I'm like supporting my local thrift stores or local like Goodwills, and they give back to the communities in other ways. So I don't mind losing a bit of money there to help support them. So hardcover Raising Steam. So that's going to go by Moist or Going Postal. I believe I also have. I'm sure I have Making Money. I do have Making Money. It's right here. More questions coming in, Carrie?
The Stannis Inquisition wants to know what the best shelves you own are.
Oh, okay. The best shelves are IKEA Billy bookshelves. So, my first shelves I bought from Yisk, and they suck. They just don't have the support that the IKEA shelves have. And like the IKEA ones are nice because they actually give you 2 wall anchors. So if you're buying books and you're putting bookshelves up and you have kids, anchor your books to the wall. It's just a good general like safety thing. So anchor your books to the walls. IKEA does a really good job. They're pricey. They're like, gosh, how much are they?
The white's 70, everything else is 100.
Yeah, so this
Canadian.
is the thing. This is Canadian, right? So Canadian money. So if you want all white shelves, it's going to cost you a little bit less at IKEA. But if you want the darker ones or like the birch one, this is the birch color here, a little bit more money. So keep that in mind. Ah, here we go. So here's I got Feet of Clay. So I technically have 2 copies of Feet of Clay because there's one in this omnibus. Jingo. The Fifth Elephant. This is a fantastic book. I love this book. It's one of my favorite Discworld books. Night Watch. Another one of my favorite books. Got another question coming in, and Thud. This one I really need to read because everyone says like Thud is like the best. So, any questions or comments that need to be highlighted, Carrie? My wife's name is Carrie, by the way.
Let me see. An Erudite Adventure says, just take a screw and screw it right through that book into the wall. More screws are better.
That's right. Honestly, save your shelves, save anyone around you. Because if you live in on a fault line too, and you get earthquakes, you don't want your books going all over the place. So, I think I only own 2 hardcovers of The Witches. So I own Weird Sisters and Carpe Jugulum. I always say that one wrong. Derry always gives me shit for...
You say Jugulum, right?
Jugulum, yeah. I mean, that's how you'd say it in Latin, but I'm not going to judge. So, okay, let's move these around here. So we got City Watch, Witches, Death. We'll move the standalone over. So we have the Moist von Lipwig, Wizards, and then let's get some more. I have some more like Tiffany Aching too. So I got the Shepherd's Crown. This one you have to read last. So like this one you can kind of read out of order, But this one you need to read last. I haven't read it yet because I'm saving it for the last book. I know I'm going to bawl my eyes out. So, I'm missing one. Yeah, The Wee Free Men. So, okay, I think that's all the hardcovers on there. They look pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. That looks really nice. So I think we're going to put some Pratchett hardcovers or paperbacks up here. I'm just going to adjust. Okay, I'm just happy to get the Pratchett's on the shelf because I own... Ooh, I'm sorry, guys. I own so many Pratchett's that... Okay. Oh, this is a mixture. Pratchett and...
Harry Potter?
Harry Potter. Oh, my goodness. Well, I'll put Joanne somewhere else. Oh, another good book. This is almost like a Discworld book, Legends and Lattes. It's getting republished by Tor, so if you want to really...
published by Tor?
Yeah, Tor picked it up. So if you want a nice light read, I bet I'm gonna read this again this year because it's just such a cozy, comfy book, and I can.
Like I said, you have to wait until I can make some cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, make some cinnamon rolls.
Because you can't read that book without eating some cinnamon rolls and drinking a cup of coffee.
That's one of those. Like it's a book that needs accompaniments. So. Oh yeah, this is a book I bought for my kids, Terry Pratchett. So it's like The Dragons of Crumbling Castle. It's like a bunch of short stories. So I think Pratchett's gonna be on 3 shelves, to be honest.
Well, Fantasy Brooks says, I want to read another Discworld book to warm up for the Pyramids read along. I've not read any Pratchett yet. What do you think is the best book to get me hooked? Don't say Going Postal.
Come on, Going Postal's amazing. No, the thing with Pratchett is like there's so many starting points, right? You could start with a standalone like Small Gods. Small Gods is actually probably the best one I would recommend because Small Gods, as I said earlier, it's actually in an omnibus with Pyramids and the Hogfather. So I would say Small Gods. It's a really unique story. You're following Brother. He's the monk, and he's a worshiper of the god Om. Om is a very militaristic, expansionist god, and your brother meets a tortoise, and that tortoise claims to be the great god Om. So that's really where the story starts out. It's funny, it's fantastic, it's an amazing dialogue on religion, on belief, on humanity in general. And Pratchett really does that. He does that really well. Like he knew humanity so well. And he just does an excellent dialogue. So I would recommend Small Gods. It's another kind of standalone in the Discworld, but it would be a great segue into Pyramids because they kind of like go together. But I would also then recommend Guards. Guards is just fantastic. It's one of those that it's just so funny. It's an introduction to the City Watch. You meet Sam Vimes. Yeah. That book is so foundational for reading the Discworld, and it's probably from that book onward where Discworld becomes like a heavy hitter, where it's one of the strongest series out there. But you could also start at like Mort's book 4 in the Discworld, because like the first 3 books, like The Color of Magic, Light Fantastic, and Equal Rights, they're really foundational. And a lot of the things that were written in those books has changed in the Discworld, or they weren't kind of set in stone. And so Terry, in those 3 books, was kind of experimenting. But yeah, so my recommendations would be Guards, Mort, or Small Gods, if you were thinking of starting. Nanny Dog's cookbook. So this is cool. I gotta make stuff out of this. So I'm gonna Pratchett's gonna overflow here a bit.
You mean you're gonna make me make something out of it?
Yeah, my wife is an amazing cook. Like she is one of the best cooks ever, in my opinion. So, yeah. So my wife could cook anything. Oh yeah, some more Pratchett. I got a lot of hardcovers of Pratchett. So like Dodger and Nation. Put those there. More Harry Potter. I really love Harry Potter. Harry Potter is a fun series. I know Joanne Rowling gets a lot of heat right now. She's not the most popular author. Yeah, and rightly so. She said some stuff she shouldn't have. Oh look, I got like Robin Hobb in here. That's weird. So, there we go. We got Tales of Beetle the Bard. Got Quidditch Through the Ages. Here we go. We're getting into the classic Pratchett here. So I got The Color of Magic and the Light Fantastic. These are the covers. I think it's Josh Kirby, I believe. I just read these recently. Oh. The Color of Magic was good. It wasn't great. It didn't really know what it wanted to be, but the Light Fantastic was so good. So good. Okay, so we got here Interesting Times. So I do have a copy of that. And The Last Continent. Soul Music. So kind of going to keep them separate, I think. Some of the series. So Interesting Times and The Last Continent is a wizard's book, so I will put it with The Light Fantastic and The Color of Magic.
Oh, sorry.
Someone's calling. So, I got Half Full of Sky, Reaper Man, and Small Gods. This was actually sent to me. I did a book trade with a subscriber on the channel, so I was very happy to get that. Thank you. Okay, so more of these. I got more of these Long Utopia, Long War books. These are co-written with Terry Pratchett and Stephen Baxter. So I have a few of those now. I think I have them all, actually. So I got The Long Cosmos and A Blink on the Screen. This is a bunch of short stories by Terry Pratchett. It's got some Discworld ones, got some ones from Nation. Troll Bridges in here is really good. So that one I think will go here.
Molly Audie says she loves those covers. She just picked up Eric.
Oh, Eric. Yeah, I got Eric here. Let me find it. Eric. Eric. I love this one. Or Faust. But it's Eric. It's Eric, but it's like a retelling of Faust. It's a Faustian tale.
And an Erudite Adventure wants to know your favorite Harry Potter book.
Ooh. Oh, that's easy. It's the Half-Blood Prince. 100%. Half-Blood Prince. The best Harry Potter book. In my mind, it's unreal. I love that book. Just because I really love the flashbacks going on in that book with Dumbledore and Harry. There's a little bit of teenage angst going on there with all the relationship stuff. I guess, sorry, spoilers for for Harry Potter, but yeah, that book is fantastic. Voldemort's one of my favorite characters. My favorite character is Dumbledore, and it's just more Dumbledore, more Voldemort. And you also kind of get to see like how they can win. So I really like it. So I think we're gonna start after we're gonna get the Death books on there. So I have 2 copies of Reaper Man. Like I said, I got multiple copies. I mainly got them because of the artwork. Because I have 2 different copies of Reaper Man. This is the one I read, but this one is just beautiful artwork. So that one's gonna go after Mort. So I believe it's Reaper Man, Soul Music. I have Mort. Mort there. Great book. So we've got Mort, Reaper Man, Soul Music, Hogfather. Hogfather is fantastic. That's probably another book that is just going to be a staple that I read every single year at Christmas time. Just kind of gets me in the mood for Christmas. So, okay, what can I put up there? I think I'm going to start a new pile. I think I'll put Small Gods up there. So, hat full. Oh, it's raining here. So, if my power goes out and I disappear, that's what happened. Equal Rights. This is a cool cover, too. So, Witches, this goes Equal Rights, Weird Sisters, Witches Abroad, Lords and Ladies, Masquerade, Carpe Jugulum. I think my Masquerade copy is in a different box because I had it when I read it recently. So I'll put. Oh, I got Moving Pictures here. Another standalone in the Discworld. That one's about the golden age of cinema. Do I have another? Yeah, I do. I have another copy of Small Gods here. See, I just own multiple copies of Pratchett. Kind of bad for that with Pratchett. Okay. So I got Guards. Get them on here. I have another copy of Guards. Just because of the artwork. So this one's it's kind of like the similar artwork to the ones for Reaper Man. So Guards. Oop. Men at Arms. There. I know there's more Pratchett somewhere else. So
The Stannis Inquisition is questioning that you like Dumbledore.
why are they questioning I like Dumbledore? Dumbledore's amazing. What's the question? Why do I don't like Dumbledore? I know he meets his end in that book, but he is fantastic in it though. Okay, I got some of the Science and Discord books here. I think I'm gonna move those. Oh, Derry's here. Oh, I have 2 copies of Half Full of Sky? What the hell?
Is it the same copy?
What's that?
Is it the same copy?
No. Do I have 2 copies of Lords and Ladies too?
You have 2 copies of all of them, Daniel.
Oops. Oops. I got Good Omens here. I recently read that too. That was fantastic.
You love the show too, right?
Oh, I love the show. The show is amazing. Okay. Let's start moving stuff around here. I had a bunch. I just had a bunch. I saw Half Full of Sky somewhere.
Derry says you can never have too much Pratchett.
No, you can never have too much Pratchett. Derry's right. I have Pratchett everywhere, so.
Oh, she says season 2 of Good Omens is in the works.
I heard that. I know. I'm reserving judgment. I'm waiting to see what they do, but I'm sure it'll be fantastic whatever they do. So I have Pratchett elsewhere. I don't know where I put that hat full. Oh, here it is. It's up there. So I'll have to. Like I said, I got some more Pratchett elsewhere because I know I bought some. I know, and I read like Pyramids is downstairs because I'm reading it. So yeah, why don't we bring it down a bit and then we'll do some. I believe my Crichton books are here.
Well, while you find those, Fantasy Brooks is asking if you've ever gotten into any Star Wars books.
Yes, I have. I actually read a lot of Star Wars books when I was in high school. I read the original trilogy, obviously, and I also read a lot of the. I think it's now Legends. It's all considered Legends. But I read like Labyrinth of Evil, The Dark Lord. There's this one I can't remember the name. It was like Darth Vader, Dark Lord. I can't remember the name of this one where you're following a clone trooper and he's on this planet. I'm probably not explaining this well, but he's on this planet and he goes on a mission and like he kind of gets separated from his troop. Then he has to kind of goes local, I guess. But it's great. I can't remember the name of the book, but it's. I'll have to look it up now. I'm sure if I found saw the cover, I'd recognize it. But these Catherine Kerr books I can put here. What's Derry saying? I saw something from Derry there.
She says, I just borrowed Pyramids from the library so that I can start my content on the standalones around the same time as your read-along.
Awesome. I'm so excited you can read it with us, Derry.
Oh, Stannis Inquisition says, Hard Contact, Republic Commandos by Karen Travis. That's the book. Is that the book you're talking about?
If my wife might have to pull the cover, try and pull the cover on like a different tab, Carrie.
I'll put it on my phone.
Oh, I found my Crichtons.
Hello, Derry.
Yeah, my wife's here, Derry.
She said hi to me on chat.
Oh, good. All right.
Hard Contact.
Okay, Crichton's gonna go here. I love Crichton. I haven't read all of Crichton, but I've read about, I think, over half. Read Next. It's fantastic. It's also scary. But all of Crichton's books are kind of scary, but they're also, at the time, so rooted in science that they're scary because they're believable. Oh. Maybe? I don't know. Doesn't look familiar. But it is a Legends book. If there's an alternate cover, I gotta order these. Carrie, you might have to give me a pub order of Project Hail Mary here. I know that's not Crichton, but It goes on the shelf.
What do you want me to do? What?
A pub order of Crichton. Michael Crichton's work. I know Andromeda Strain and Micro are the end because those were published posthumously. So I know it's going to be. I have the omnibuses here, which is like Andromeda Strain, Terminal Man, and The Great Train Robbery.
A lot of people are reading Jurassic Park this year.
Jurassic Park is so good. It's so good. It's honestly, it's a crime that more people haven't read it. And it's so different from the movie too. Like the movie, they're different. They're both extremely good, but that might be the case where the movie is slightly better than the book, but only slightly because the plot's very different. So I have my my folio society of Jurassic Park and The Lost World. The Lost World, I actually think I enjoy it more than Jurassic Park, which might be blasphemy to say, but it's really good. It's really, really good. I also have I have 2 copies of Jurassic Park. Well, I have 3 copies of Jurassic Park. No, 4 copies of Jurassic Park. So,
here's the pub order on my phone.
okay, so what is it?
So I have to read it to you.
Yes.
Andromeda Strain,
Yeah.
Andromeda Evolution,
No.
Jurassic Park, Lost World.
No. That's wrong.
Well, don't ask me to do things. Since you know it so well.
Yes, yes.
Oh, like this one it goes by series, so it does the
Okay.
series.
Yeah, I knew that was wrong when...
Well, we don't want to keep the series in order.
No. Pub order for Crichton.
I hate how you organize your books, just as an FYI.
I know,
It
she doesn't
drives
like...
me crazy.
She doesn't like how I organize them. It's alright.
See,
Go on.
No, I was partially raised by a librarian, so if
Yeah.
books are in author alphabetical order, it drives me crazy.
I know. Yeah, but see, as I, like, even though they're kind of haphazard, I put them kind of more aesthetically. I know where every book is.
Yeah, you know where every book is. When I go try to find a book, it's like,
Yeah.
eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
That's why they're like my books.
Hey.
So, okay. I know it's Andromeda Strain, Terminal Man, Great Train Robbery, Congo Sphere, Eaters of the Dead, Jurassic Park. I believe it's Rising Sun, Disclosure, Lost World. I can't remember it's Airframe first or Timeline. So, see, I opened some more books. I think I opened some Robin Hobb book here somewhere, box here. Abercrombie. Let's see here.
You need me to get some boxes of your way?
Yeah, please. I seriously still have to put these shelves in.
You know, I would go rearrange his books, but I am lazy and can't be bothered.
Yeah. That's the truth of it. Okay, so that's got the Crichtons on there. That's good. Very happy with those. I'll fix those. I'll fix the pub order. I'll look it up and do it later. Any more questions coming in, Carrie?
The Stannis Inquisition missed your answer to what shelves you use.
Oh, they're Billy bookshelves from
From
IKEA. So those are my preferred. They're just way more sturdy. And like I said, they come with anchors.
I mean, it's hard to find bookshelves these days.
Yeah.
Not everywhere has them.
Yeah. Like, the ones I got from Yisk were called Daniel shelves, which is funny. But they're not really well made, and then they discontinued them. So, go figure. Do you want to pass me the Robin Hobb book? Box? Does that say Hobb on it? Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It does.
Okay, I think Hobb is going to go somewhere around here. She's kind of all over the place because I'm reading half of them. I'm reading Assassin's Quest, and it's in a different box, so it's not going to be complete. And I have this random, like, Blood of Dragons. This is one of the Rain Wilds books.
There's some non-hobs on top.
Okay, well.
And P. Jemisin's on top, it looks like.
Oh, okay. You make it. Alright. doing probably another couple boxes and some sci-fi in here and more Wheel of Time looks like. Yeah, so let's bring out the N.K. Jemisin. Get those out of the way first. So we got the Obelisk. I haven't read these yet. Still need to read them. My friend Jonathan read them, and he's not really a sci-fi reader or a fantasy reader, so I do need to read these. Okay, put these on the shelf here. I also have the Inheritance Trilogy. Okay, this is big. Jeez.
And Airnight Adventure says, "Oh, pub order means publication, not the order you read them in when you're at the pub."
Lol. That's a good one. I don't know if I could read at a pub though. Too distracting.
And too dark.
And too dark. That's very true. More Wheel of Time. You got To the Blight and From the Two Rivers. These are cool. They also did it with split the second book up too. The Ender's Game here. That'll go there. This isn't all Hob. This is like Stephen King too, and Agatha Christie.
You labeled the box. So.
Yeah, I did.
Gary also wants to know why the Philly shells are so amazing, because she doesn't have an IKEA in New Zealand.
Oh, really? Oh, well, why they're so amazing is just the shelves, the way they fit onto, like, the way they lash into the side, they're just really, really sturdy, and they don't have a lot of wobble to them. Like I said, like
the actual shelves are thicker than the other ones.
Yeah, the shelves are thicker too, so they don't bow with like the weight of books. Because like my Yisk ones were starting to bow a little bit, and the IKEA ones, great. Like they're worth the extra money, for sure. So, the UK edition of The Fool's Quest. So, I'll start a hot pile here. Assassin's Apprentice is one of my least favorite covers of all time.
Your least favorite covers?
Oh, it's awful. Terrible cover. Oh, these are the Carol Bird books. So these are cool. What's that? Not Boeing is So Transformation, Restoration, and Revelation. Let's see if I can get this better here.
You haven't actually read those, have you?
I haven't read those, but I've read her other series. I know you read those and you liked them, didn't you?
From what I remember, but this was like 7 years ago when we were living in London that I read them.
Yeah.
There's
more Pratchett. I knew there was more Pratchett. There's always more Pratchett. Yeah, this is the that one series I was talking about by Carol Bird, Son of Avenar. Or no, it's called the Bridge of Darnath series, but the first book is Son of Avenar. I don't actually have it because I left it in England when I moved back. So. And
you've regretted it every day since.
Yes, I have. So we got some more Hob here. So this is her other series. Like it's the Soldier Son trilogy. It's outside of Farseer or Realm of the Elderlings. Got Golden Fool. Okay, I gotta start a pile here for Hob. Figure out what I'm doing with her. Got Assassin's Fate. God, that looks big. And I got my looks like Live Ship. I got Ship of Destiny. Mad Ship, the Royal Assassin, the Hyperion here, or Fall of Hyperion. That was alright. That's a bad book. I knew I had more Pratchett. Just had to bump some stuff. Sorry.
The Stannis Inquisition has a Wheel of Time question.
Ooh, yeah, I have a Wheel of Time answer.
Does he just finish The Fires of Heaven?
Yep.
And as much as you like certain aspects of the book, the circus subplot, it killed me. Are there more plot lines that drag things to a halt as bad as that to come?
Yeah.
So which one's Fires of Heaven?
Fires of Heaven is book 5.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I haven't read them, but I've heard about it.
Yeah, like... The slog is like... there's no doubt there's a slog, but it's literally all set up for the last, 4 books. And it's a lot of the female characters who kind of are just chasing this one thing, and it's all set up, and it's not hokey like that, like the circus stuff. The circus stuff is bad. I will agree the circus stuff is not the best, but it's not as hokey as that. It's more just there's a lot of setup going on in those early books, and it's a bit boring. I won't lie. I will not lie to you there. But it's worth it. It is worth reading and finishing the series. So I got Fool's Assassin. Do I have that already? I've done a duplicate. I don't know. Who knows? We got the Forest Mage. Any more questions coming in, Kiri? The Renegade's Magic. So that's that Soldier Son trilogy I was talking about.
Stance Inquisition says, the female bickering is just terrible so far. Jordan's writing of those characters leaves a lot to be desired, in my opinion.
Yeah. They honestly, it gets worse. Like, the women in Wheel of Time are bullies. Like, they're just these big bullies. But it's a matriarchal society, so I get it. I don't enjoy it all the time. It's definitely not something I enjoy reading. Ooh, this is a great book, Paradise Lost. But yeah, it's a big turnoff for sure. It's not my my favorite thing that happens. That is for sure. Just gonna put these on the shelf for now. This is Stephen King here. Oh, and Stephen King and looks like Jay Kristoff. I'll have to organize these somewhere else. All right, and some Brandon Sanderson. But yeah, they were bad. The women, like the circus part. Why don't we do an unboxing of the first binding, or the broken binding? Sorry, first. This is the second book, I believe, I got in the series. I think it's what's the series called now? My goodness, The Winnowing Flame. Let's have a look here. You guys are gonna get an exclusive. I'm gonna do like a full kind of breakdown of this book on the channel. So, ooh, they always wrap them so well. Okay, so this is gonna be a part 1 of part 2. I'm gonna probably do another live stream again on Tuesday, and we'll put some more books away because I got so many darn books we barely even scratched the surface. To be honest, like it's kind of ridiculous. All right, look at that. Ooh, I got a beautiful bookmark. The Bitter Twins, book 2. The Winnowing Flame. See you later, thanks. Alright, let's get this open. Ooh. See the color of the sprayed edge on this one. Oh, look at this, guys. The Bitter Twins. Sprayed edge. I believe. It's signed and numbered. Very cool. Let's take the dust jacket off because I know they do a fantastic job with the dust jacket. Yeah. There we go. Got the dragon on there. See if I can. Fantastic. This is a series I need to read, and I am looking forward to reading it. And that's why one of the reasons I was lucky to get into the subscription for the Broken Binding. So. Yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous book by Jen Williams, the series The Winnowing Flame. So, next book is coming this month in August. It's the last book in the trilogy. Any more questions?
No comment.
Oh, okay, well, that's good. Let's get another box open here. I think this one's marked Dune. So, I'm assuming Dune is in here. Yeah. Got a lot of Dune book. Oh, it's some Anne McCaffrey too. So, Dune, Children of Dune, and God Emperor. I need to read these. I've only read Dune, and I really love Dune. But I need to read Messiah, because I haven't read it because I just hadn't found it. Because I usually set myself a goal like, okay, I'm going to thrift it. And if I can't thrift it, I'm not going to read it until I find it. So I was waiting, just trying to like, thrift Dune Messiah. And I eventually got it, so I was pretty pumped that I found it. So, oh, there we go. I was looking for this. Where's the Pern? I wonder where that went. Oh, Derry, I got a treat for you then. I think did she say something about Anne McCaffrey?
She's read so much Anne McCaffrey, and she's asking if you've read much of her sci-fi.
I mean, isn't it all sci-fi? Like, even the Dragon Riders of Pern is sci-fi.
Fantasy?
It's like sci-fantasy, yeah. Because I have this, I guess it's a book club edition of the Dragon Riders of Pern. It's got Dragonflight, Dragon Quest, and the White Dragon in there. So, and I got, I got Moretta, Dragon Lady of Pern. And the Harper Hall of Pern, which I believe is like Dragon Song and like Dragon Piper of Pern. Love Anne McCaffrey. Need to read more of her. Okay, Endymion, Hyperion. Gotta read those too. Getting into some Tolkien stuff too. And Adrian Tchaikovsky. Oh man. Oh, here. Here's my old Dune copy of Dune. This is a library or a book club edition, and it's very old. It's from the 1980s. It's not it's the original cover of Dune, but this one was produced in the 80s. Still old, but not the desirable edition. It's still probably worth some money though. Got Hyperion here. This shelf down here seems to be like a classic kind of fantasy. So I gotta figure out what I'm doing with all those. Hey, more Pratchett. See, I knew it. I freaking knew it. Long Mars. I thought I had the Long Utopia and the Long Mars. Oh man. I think I found them again in hardcover, and that's why I rebought them. Yeah, I got Johnny and the Dead here. Oh boy. I'm a mess. Just put these up here. Okay. What else we got here? Tolkien. More Tolkien. There. Oh, here's my classics. So we got Sherlock Holmes. Beautiful edition there. Moby Dick by Herman Melville. I think if you guys on the channel are going to be reading that. And I got Tales of Arabian Nights. Oh, and I also have a folio edition of the Tales of the World of Odysseus. So this I found thrifting actually.
Did you read that in school?
No, I didn't. It's I think it's more of like a dialogue on like the journey of Odysseus. Mm-hmm. But I read like the Iliad and the Odyssey. So.
Can you be a classics major without having read those?
Well, not really. And I read the Aeneid too. I think I actually really enjoy the Aeneid a bit more. Even though it's kind of a retelling of the Odyssey a little bit. I liked Aeneas more. But it's just the Romans knocking off the Greeks. To be honest. So, alright, well, we've done a few boxes. I'm going to have to organize these Hobb books. So, why don't we call it There's Been an Hour, and we'll do another hour on Tuesday, guys. So, like I said, I'm still a little sore, still a little bit sick, so, where are Mrs. Treebeard's books? Let me spin it around here. We have to go
well, here's half of them. The other half are your...
Yeah, there's only half of them, so I have to move some boxes around. I'll do a little spinaroo here.
But the fantasy are mine too. Let's be real.
Yeah. So the fantasy are also my wife's. So this is some of my wife's like romance books. But the fantasy books are also hers too. She reads fantasy. She's not just a romance reader. So her books are my books, and my books are her books. So I don't really read that much romance. I get the odd one, like 4 a year, when we do our book swap. But oh, Derry has recommendations for you, Carrie. That's funny. She's probably already read it.
I've been wanting to read Nalini Singh forever.
Oh yeah.
Just been trying to thrift them.
Oh.
I've found a couple of them. I don't know if I've found the first one yet. but I love paranormal.
Oh, some of these books in here I need to do a book haul video for, so I
I thought you weren't opening anymore.
Yeah, I think that's going to be it. So, anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for joining today. It was a lot of fun. Sorry I couldn't do the stream yesterday, but, you know, stay tuned. There's going to be another live stream on Tuesday. We're going to open some more boxes, put more books away, and I'll kind of, like, situate myself, know where everything is. So, anyways, guys, thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.